Good morning. This is Coach Robbie with Athletes Unleashed, and welcome to part one of our Mental Toughness series. Now, this first installment is all about breathing, the absolute most basic of body functions. We don't think about it, it's automatic. Our body is programmed to just do it instinctually. Now, because it is so automatic and so elemental and so necessary for our survival, it provides us an opportunity to tap into a very powerful conduit towards increasing our mental toughness by manipulating our respiration patterns. I was lucky enough to be led by some of the finest officers in the Marine Corps, and I was privileged to be able to be mentored by and to have been able to lead some of the best and brightest enlisted Marines one could possibly imagine. These guys were absolute studs. I mean, just tough SOBs. They were harder than woodpecker lips. These are the type of men that are unbreakable. It didn't matter where we were, whether we were in garrison or whether we were in one of the many Dirtistans in which we were fighting our wars. They were always calm, cool, and collected. And I noticed something that they shared in common. They were never out of breath. They controlled their breathing. My 1st Battalion commander, General Walter Lee Miller, 2nd Battalion, 2nd Marines. That man would walk up and down the lines nonstop. It did not matter how long the conditioning march. It didn't matter how heavy the packs. He'd walk up and down the line motivating those Marines without missing a beat. When I had command of Echo Company, 2nd Battalion, 9th Marines, my company 1st Sergeant, Sergeant Major Dennis Bradley, that man, he can call cadence longer and louder than I believed humanly possible. It did not matter how long that training session lasted, he did it without stopping. What those two men had mastered was the art of breathing, recovery breathing, and controlling their rate of respiration. Step 1, get up. If you aren't dead, passed out, or just had your legs blown off, then you haven't earned the right to lie on the ground in a sloppy mess like a victim. And you sure as hell didn't just win the CrossFit Games for the 4th time in a row, so get up. Step 2, don't pant. Don't be a mouth-breathing weight gazer while you PT. I want you to close your mouth while you're exercising and breathe in and out only through your nose. It's going to force you to take deeper, more complete, more controlled breaths. And that is going to aid in your recovery. It's going to be hard. You're not going to want to do it. Animals pant. Cravens pant. We don't pant. I want you to inhale while you're recovery breathing on a 1 count. Hold it for a 1 count and exhale for a 1 count. That'll give you about 20 respirations per minute. The benefits of doing so are twofold. 1, your recovery is going to skyrocket because you will much more effectively saturate your blood with oxygen. 2, you're going to gain more confidence. As you become better at doing this, your confidence is going to skyrocket. Number 3, perform a breathing ladder once a week. A breathing ladder is performing an exercise while limiting the number of recovery breaths you allow yourself to take after each set. Now, there are 3 things you can manipulate in order to elicit a desired training response while you're doing that breathing ladder. You can manipulate the number of repetitions that you're doing. You can change the time domain, and you can change the number of recovery breaths you allow yourself to take between each set. In this example I'm going to demo for you, I'm going to use 2 kettlebells to perform a kettlebell clean and thruster complex. I'll set the clock for 15 minutes. Starting with 1 repetition of the complex, each round I will add 1 rep. I'm going to allow myself only 1 recovery breath for each rep completed. Round 1 would be 1 rep and 1 recovery breath. Round 2 would be 2 reps and 2 recovery breaths. I'll continue to add 1 rep and 1 recovery breath per round until I can no longer continue. At that point, I'll start the ladder over again at 1 rep and 1 breath. It's also important to breathe only through your nose throughout this entire exercise. Of course, I want you to breathe as often as you need to while performing each rep, but take those breaths in and out through your nose and take them under control. Using breathing ladders in your training is going to greatly increase your VO2 max. The greater benefit, however, is the toughness that it is going to develop in you. These are just damn hard and they're easy to quit on. These breathing ladders provide you a fantastic opportunity to push yourself to greater achievements. This becomes even more apparent when you start manipulating the number of recovery breaths you allow yourself. Thank you for watching our first installment in our mental toughness series. I'm sure these techniques will help. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot us an email or give us a phone call, and we'll gladly help you out. Breathe well.